Let's run a test on the Simplex. Let's run two tests at the same time. Let's run an EMI test, a high EMI test, and a target separation and an iron separation, all in the same test, right? So I have a nickel, I have a rusty nail, and a dime, and a pull tab. So a mid-tone, an iron tone, a high tone, and another mid-tone, right? This is an entry-level machine. I'll unmute the Simplex here. Okay, I'll turn the volume up a little bit. Yeah, I'll turn it back down. I don't want to drive my neighbors nuts. So the Simplex is an entry-level machine, and you're going to get a lot of EMI here, right? There's not much you can do to get rid of that EMI. It's an entry-level machine, right? But this entry-level machine can still pluck those targets out in this horrible, horrible EMI. I have many videos showing it. Actually, I made a video down the street from my house there. I think it was like the worst EMI ever video, and I was still smacking deep coins through the worst EMI. I mean, worse than this. It gets worse as you go down the street. So I got those 4 targets there, and the separation, here's an iron separation here. It's hitting all 3 of those targets, no problem. The iron separation's good. Now I'll go rotate on it. I'm hitting that dime. I'm not hitting that dime very good. I'm hitting that nickel. You know, I have to kind of get away from that iron a little bit. And I have my iron volume at 2 right now, and I'll drop that iron volume down, and I'll show you how important it is to be able to hear that iron. Not hear the EMI though. I'll mute it for now, and I will drop my iron volume down to 0 bars. Why the hell did it just do that? It's just unmuted. Okay, now I'll unmute it, and this is at 0 bars of iron. So if you think you're gonna like get rid of all the iron out, just pluck out a bunch of coins and get rid of all the iron tones, that's not how these settings work. You want to be able to hear the iron in there, and this is at 0 bars of iron volume right here. Okay, still hitting all those targets right? But then when I swing it on this way here, I'm still hitting those targets there going this way, right? Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. But this target right here, if you're swinging over like this, if you're swinging over it like this, if you swing it over just like that, I'm not going to get any tones because it's being rejected, right? Or you have your iron volume at 0, and the biggest object in this center location here within the field of my coil is going to be the iron. So the iron is going to override everything in the whole field of my coil there. And if you have your iron volume very low or on 0, you won't be able to tell that the iron is messing up a good target that you want to extract out of the ground right next to it. So I want to know that that iron's there, right? I want to know that that iron is messing my response up from my detector from this nickel and that dime right there. Okay? This is just a little bit about the iron volume, how the iron volume really is important. Don't drop your iron volume down too much to where you're not hearing the iron. You always want to hear the iron because you want to hear those you want to hear that target separation. You want to hear the iron separation from the iron to the mid or the high conductor. There's a high conductor there and mid conductor right here. And I'll do a really tough test right here. I'll run it down the barrel. Down the barrel means there's a higher conductive target on the end of the nail. Okay. A lot of detectors struggle on this. The Simplex high-end machines, $2,000 machines, $2,500 machines, they all struggle on this, right? I have 2,500 hours of with the Simplex, and I just know that you always rotate on your targets. Rotate on your targets, man. This is just a huge tip, man. Rotate on your targets and just work it a little bit, you know, if there's a lot of iron in the area. And I'll run it down the barrel at 0 bars here, okay? 0 bars of iron. I'm hitting that dime just a little bit. Not hitting that mid conductor. Now, I'll swing out this way. Still not hitting it, right? I'm hitting that mid conductor. The Simplex is just amazing on nickels, right? I have found more nickels next to iron than I have found dimes next to iron. It's just something weird. Other metal detectors really struggle on mid conductors next to a nail. But the Simplex, it just doesn't. It thrives with nickels, man. I've dug up so many nickels with the Simplex. It's just amazing. And now I'll raise that volume on, I'll mute it first. I'll raise that volume on the iron audio up to 2 bars. That's what I prefer. I'll mute it for now. And now I'll go over that same target there with my iron volume at 2 bars. Ooh, big difference here. I'm hitting that. Now I know if I rotate on this target right here, still not hitting that target there. Hit that dime just big time. I mean, it's just really smacking it super, super good. So no entry-level machine can do what this Simplex is doing, right? That's why a lot of guys compare this thing to high-end machines. But really, when it boils down to it, you know, a lot of machines are going to miss a lot of stuff on every single day. You go back to a site and you just keep on getting this iron out, get this stuff out. When you get this stuff out, that's when the targets really start coming out. The iron is a big thing. You want to extract the iron out to get those higher and mid conductors out of the ground. If you don't get this iron out, you're not going to find, you know, I probably wouldn't have dug those coins up there down the barrel. Most likely not. But if you dig out those nails, those coins will pop out of the hole, man. It's happened to me hundreds and hundreds of times. I just get surprised, especially with the Simplex. The Simplex is amazing at separation for an entry-level machine. You know, there's the EMI, it was getting through this EMI fairly good, but if you just bought a Simplex and your machine is very, very noisy, just go to a different site and, you know, hunt a different site for a while, and then come back to that area, and hopefully that EMI went away, or hopefully the conditions are more in your favor. Maybe there's, you know, it's drier out or it's more moist out. You know, there's just no rhyme or reason to finding the targets at a certain time. Just some days the targets just start popping out of a site that you've just beat to death, and that happens to me a lot. That's why I go back to sites over and over and over again, because the targets just keep on popping out. And the more iron that you get out of the ground, that's why I was saying I want to hear the iron. I want to get the iron out of the ground so you can get those better targets out that are next to the iron. And that's where you're going to find the good stuff, is next to the iron. I've said it so many times in my video, the trash is around the treasure. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.